Animals are essential to our lives. Whether they act as our companions, a source of our products, or the caretakers of our natural world, we need animals to survive. Like the great Sir David Attenborough once said, a species can only thrive when everything else around it thrives as well. And that goes for us too. In order for us to take care of ourselves and our future, we must take care of our animals. This is why I'm studying to become a veterinarian. And this is why I'm starting this channel. What's up guys? My name's Roque. I'm a second-year veterinary medicine student in the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and I'm a part-time content creator. I began creating content by starting my own podcast back in June 2020, where I interviewed my friends about literally any topic I was interested at the time. The podcast really wasn't about me though, but rather the different industries in the Philippines and the interesting people behind them. However, after some time, I realized that I wanted to start creating content that truly resonated with me. Things that I'm passionate about, that motivated me, that gave me purpose. If you want to learn more about why I decided to stop podcasting, you can check out my solo episode right here. But that's not why you clicked on this video. You clicked on this video to learn about what this channel will be about. So why am I starting this new channel? Well, ever since I was a kid, I loved learning about animals. Whether it be browsing through encyclopedias.
Oh, you think it should be pronounced encyclopedia? It's a common mistake. But if you look up that squished together AE symbol in this here encyclopedia.
Watching nature documentaries and TV shows, or surfing the internet, I've always been enthralled about the lives of our distant relatives. If you too are an animal lover, which you probably are because you clicked on this video, then I'm sure you can relate. Learning about animals was just something that never felt like school or work for me. It was pure play. This is when I decided that it was my dream to become a veterinarian. I wanted to help these creatures as much as humanly possible. However, there was this one major problem. I didn't know a lot of vets. The job of a veterinarian is an incredibly niche profession and something that's extremely difficult to achieve. You have to power through 4 to 6 brutal years of vet school before you get to ever call yourself one. And this is why I bet you know a bunch of animal lovers, yet only like a handful of vets. I was in that same position as I was entering my adult years. Since I didn't know what life was like as a vet, how to get into vet school, or how to survive in vet school, I chose a different path by taking a bachelor's degree in sports science, another interest of mine. Don't get me wrong, fitness and well-being are truly fascinations of mine, but it never quite stacked up to the same passion that I had for animals. But personally, I just couldn't take that leap of faith for vet school because how can you commit into something that you know very little about? It was not until I finished my undergrad until I started finding more videos about the veterinary profession. Let's face it, we live in a digital age wherein even the act of searching through Wikipedia can feel analog. I learned everything on YouTube. I was researching about everything related to the veterinary field on YouTube. Whether it be about basic pet care, a day in the life of a veterinarian, wildlife facts, or even about life as a vet student, most of the information I gained was through video form. I received the affirmation for my dream that nobody in my social circle could provide. Although another problem came up just as quickly as the previous one was solved. Most of these creators were from another country. The problem was they weren't accurately depicting what life would be like as a veterinarian here in the Philippines. I didn't know what pet healthcare were available for my fur babies. I had no idea about what the local vet students had to go through, and I didn't have access to the content on the local wildlife that would educate me enough to care about them. This is why I decided to shift my attention towards creating content for people like you and me. Those who are interested in becoming a vet, providing the best care for their animals, and learning about the amazing wildlife that we have here in the Philippines. In this channel, I'll be having 2 types of shows, the Faunafam and the Vetlog. Faunafam will be strictly about animal facts, whether it be about our pets and their care or the various wildlife that we have here in the Philippines. I'll be providing you with condensed research-based information so that you won't have to look for it. Over the pandemic, there has been a boom of first-time pet owners, and I want to make sure that you are all well educated to give them the best possible life they can have. Say goodbye to Facebook MD and the Viber vets out there, because now you got me. At the same time, I realized that a lot of the wildlife content out there are always about the amazing megafauna in Africa or the vast jungles in South America, while often overlooking one of the most biodiverse countries in the world, the Philippines. Here, I'll be introducing the amazing local wildlife that we have, some of their unique traits, and why it's so important that we care for them. It's also worth noting that these episodes will also be posted on my Roque's Modern Life podcast feed as well. For those who aren't following yet, which you should, you can find the feed on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever your favorite podcast platform of choice is. On the flip side, the Vetlog series will be posted strictly here on YouTube, so make sure you smash that subscribe button just as hard as Smart Hulk smashes cars. Come on guys, take care of your gadgets. Anyway, the Vetlog series will be about my journey into becoming a veterinarian, tips on surviving as a vet student, and some of my adventures and travels along the way. Basically, I'm creating this channel because I want to be able to share my enthusiasm for animals with you guys. There are so many amazing things about the animal kingdom in general, and countless opportunities in the industry that I believe people aren't nearly talking enough about. I personally find animals to be one of the dopest things that we have here on this planet, and I'm so sure that I can't be the only one out there that feels the same way. Which is why I believe that MACA is one of my life's missions, to make animals cool again. So if you want to learn more about our pets, Philippine wildlife, how to both survive and thrive as a vet student, or anything related to animals, consider booping that subscribe button. I promise you won't regret it. If you do, just message me and I'll send you a non-fungible digital art piece that's worth 100 million pesos. It's actually a photo of Roque, but to me, she's priceless. So turn that subscribe button gray, turn that like button into a brilliant blue, and I'll see y'all very soon. Deuces.